The Alpha Cult's Runaway Bride. Welcome to the Story King, where every tale awakens your darkest desires. Now, let your imagination run wild. The wedding dress was supposed to be white, but it was stained crimson when I woke up. I bolted upright in the candlelit chamber, my heart hammering against my ribs. The dress clung to my body like a second skin, heavy with something wet and warm. But as I frantically examined the fabric in the flickering darkness, I realized it wasn't blood, it was wine. Dark, expensive wine that smelled of blackberries and something else. Something metallic, something wrong. Finally awake, little bride. The voice came from the shadows, deep and resonant, vibrating through my bones like a drumbeat. I scrambled backward on the silk sheets, my eyes adjusting to find him, a massive silhouette standing near the arched window, moonlight cutting across his broad shoulders. "Who are you? Where am I?" My voice cracked, betraying my terror. "You know exactly where you are, Elara." He stepped forward, and the candlelight caught his face, sharp cheekbones, a strong jaw dark with stubble, and eyes that gleamed an impossible amber. "You're in the Thornwood Sanctuary, and in 3 hours, you'll be mine." The memories crashed back like a tidal wave. The cult, my father's dead, the ceremony I'd been drugged for, dragged to, dressed for like a sacrificial lamb. The Alpha Cult, whispered about in terrified tones throughout our village, a pack of werewolves who demanded tribute, who took what they wanted, who answered to no law but their own savage hierarchy. And I was to be married to their Alpha. "I won't do it," I said, forcing steel into my voice. "I won't marry a monster." His laugh was low and dark, sending shivers down my spine. "Monster." He moved closer, and I could see him fully now, tall, powerfully built, wearing black clothing that seemed to absorb the light. His hair was dark and slightly wild, as if he'd just shifted back from his wolf form. "You have no idea what monsters really look like, Elara. But you will. Stay back." I grabbed a candlestick from the bedside table, holding it like a weapon. He stopped, tilting his head with an expression that might have been amusement. "Brave. I like that. Most brides they bring me are crying, begging, broken before I even enter the room." His eyes traveled over me, not with lust, but with something more unsettling, curiosity. "But you're different. I can smell it on you." "Smell what?" "Defiance, strength, fear, yes, but underneath." He inhaled deeply, his nostrils flaring. "Underneath is fire." I gripped the candlestick tighter. "If you touch me, You'll what? Fight me? Run." He crossed his arms, the muscles in his forearms flexing beneath bronze skin. "This sanctuary is surrounded by my pack. There are 40 wolves between you and freedom, Elara. All of them loyal to me. All of them hungry." The weight of his words settled over me like a burial shroud. I was trapped. Truly, completely trapped. "Why?" I whispered. "Why do you do this? Force women into marriage? What kind of alpha are you?" Something flickered across his face, something almost like pain, before his expression hardened again. "The kind who survives. The kind who does what's necessary to keep his pack strong." He turned away, staring out the window at the full moon. "You wouldn't understand." "Then make me understand." He was silent for a long moment. When he spoke again, his voice was quieter, almost vulnerable. "Every generation, the Alpha must take a bride from the human world. It's our law, our curse. Without the bond, the pack becomes feral, loses its humanity entirely. We become the monsters you fear." He glanced back at me. "I've delayed this ritual for 5 years, Elara. Fought against it, but my pack is suffering. They're losing themselves. I can't protect them anymore unless I complete the bond." I lowered the candlestick slightly, confusion warring with my fear. "What bond?" "The lunar bond. When the Alpha takes a mate, her humanity anchors the entire pack. Keeps us civilized. Keeps us from becoming mindless beasts who slaughter everything in our path." His jaw clenched. 3 of my wolves have gone feral in the last month. I had to kill them myself. put 'em down like rabid dogs. The anguish in his voice was real, raw. For the first time since waking, I saw him not as a monster, but as a man bearing an impossible burden. I'm sorry, I said softly. But that doesn't give you the right to force me. There has to be another way. There isn't. He moved closer again, but this time his approach felt less threatening. Believe me, if there were, I would have found it. I've searched for years. He stopped a few feet away, his amber eyes meeting mine. I know this isn't fair to you. I know you have a life, dreams, people you love. But I have 300 wolves depending on me to make this choice. 300 lives that will be lost if I don't. So I'm just, what? A sacrifice? No, the word came out sharp, almost angry. You'll be my Luna, my equal, the female alpha of this pack. You'll have power, protection, anything you want. I'll never hurt you, never force myself on you. The bond can form without. He paused, seeming to struggle with the words. Without intimacy, it just takes longer. I stared at him, trying to process everything. You're saying I'd have a choice. In that, yes. His gaze was steady, sincere. I may be a werewolf, Elara, but I'm not a rapist. I need your cooperation for this ritual, but I won't take anything you don't freely give. The tension in my chest eased slightly. And if I refuse, if I try to run, a muscle in his jaw twitched, then I'll have to let the council choose another bride. Someone who won't have the luxury of my promises. Someone who won't be protected by me. He stepped even closer, close enough that I could feel the heat radiating from his body. The other alphas in the council aren't as civilized as I am. They'd break you, Elara. Turn you into a shell of yourself. Is that what you want? I want my freedom. Freedom. His voice dropped to a near whisper. There's no such thing. Not really. We're all bound by something. Duty, debt, love, fear. The only question is whether you choose your chains or let others forge them for you. His words struck something deep within me. My father's gambling debts had controlled my entire life. Every decision, every dream deferred, every sacrifice made to keep us afloat. I'd never been free. Not really. How long? I asked. How long do I have to decide? He checked a pocket watch, the movement graceful despite his size. 2 hours and 40 minutes until the ceremony begins. After that, he met my eyes. After that, you'll be mine, willing or not. The ritual demands it. My mind raced. 2 hours to escape or accept my fate. 2 hours to decide between certain doom and uncertain captivity. Can I walk outside? Clear my head. His expression grew cautious. With an escort. Me. You don't trust me not to run. I don't trust you not to try. A hint of a smile crossed his lips. Remember, fire. Against my better judgment, I nodded. Maybe in the open air, I could think clearly. Maybe I could find a weakness in the defenses. Or maybe I'd accept the inevitable and try to make the best of an impossible situation. He offered his hand. I stared at it, large, powerful, scarred, before slowly placing mine in his palm. His skin was warm, almost hot, and the contact sent an unexpected jolt through my system. His fingers closed gently around mine, and for a moment, something passed between us, a crackle of energy, like static electricity but deeper, more primal. His eyes widened slightly. Did you feel that? Yes. The bond, he murmured, wonder creeping into his voice. It's already beginning. You're compatible. Before I could respond, a howl split the night, long, mournful, and utterly inhuman. Then another joined it, and another, until a chorus of wolves sang to the moon, their voices weaving together in a harmony that was both beautiful and terrifying. The alpha's grip on my hand tightened. No, not now. It's too soon. What's happening? His face had gone pale, his eyes blazing brighter. Another one's turning feral. The pack is calling for help. He looked at me with desperate intensity. I have to go. I have to stop this before. A scream cut through the howling. Human. Female, terrified. Wait here, he commanded, already moving toward the door. I'm coming with you. Absolutely not. It's too dangerous. If someone's in danger, I'm a healer's daughter. I can help. I grabbed his arm, surprising both of us with my boldness. Besides, you said I'd be Luna. That means I'm responsible for the pack too, doesn't it? He stared at me for a long moment, conflict raging behind his eyes. Then he nodded curtly. Stay close to me. Do exactly as I say. If I tell you to run, you run. We burst out of the chamber into a stone corridor, following the sounds of chaos. Other wolves were racing through the halls in various states of transformation, some fully human, some fully wolf, some caught terrifyingly between. They paid us no attention, focused entirely on the emergency ahead. We emerged into a large courtyard where the pack had gathered in a circle. In the center, a massive black wolf stood over a fallen figure, its muzzle stained with blood. But something was wrong with the wolf. Its movements were jerky, uncoordinated, and its eyes were completely white, devoid of any intelligence or recognition. Marcus, the alpha breathed, anguish thick in his voice. Not you too. The feral wolf's head snapped toward us, and I saw the victim beneath it, a young woman, her arm torn and bleeding but still alive. The wolf snarled, preparing to strike again. Without thinking, I pulled free of the alpha's grip and ran forward, positioning myself between the feral wolf and its victim. The pack gasped collectively. The alpha roared my name. But I didn't move. I couldn't explain it, but something inside me knew, absolutely knew, that this was the test. This was the moment that would determine everything. The feral wolf lunged at me, jaws wide, death in its mindless eyes. I raised my hands and screamed, "Stop!" Power exploded from my body, pure, silver light that knocked the wolf backward and rippled through every member of the pack. They dropped to their knees as one, including the alpha, their faces turned up toward me in shock and awe. The feral wolf's white eyes cleared, returning to their natural amber. The beast collapsed, shifting back into a naked, unconscious man. I stood there, trembling, my hands still glowing with impossible light, as the truth crashed over me like ice water. I wasn't human. I never had been. And the alpha cult hadn't chosen me randomly at all. The alpha rose slowly, his expression a mixture of wonder and something that looked almost like fear. "Elara," he whispered, "what are you?" Before I could answer, the old woman from the council, the seer I'd glimpsed earlier, pushed through the crowd. Her eyes were wide, her face ecstatic. "The prophecy," she gasped. "After 300 years, the prophecy is finally fulfilled. She's not just any bride." The seer's gaze fixed on me with terrifying intensity. "She's the Silver Luna, the one who will either save us all." She paused, her expression darkening, "or destroy every wolf in existence." The alpha's hand found mine again as every eye in the pack fixed on me, some hopeful, some fearful, some calculating. And in that moment, I realized that escaping this place was no longer my biggest problem. Understanding what I was, and what I was capable of, had just become a matter of life and death. For everyone, thank you for listening to The Story King. If you loved this tale of darkness and desire, subscribe now for more stories that will haunt your dreams. Until next time, dear listeners.